I'm Stephanie Hessler, and I want to welcome you today to today's Success Mindset series. Every week we have a weekly live show, and generally I'm on for 15 minutes or less to share with you some mindset tips that you can begin applying in your life right away to rapidly accelerate your career and help you move forward in ways that you actually love to help make your life better in every possible way. And today we're going to be on longer than 15 minutes. It'll probably be closer to half an hour. And I want to encourage you really stay through to completion. I have a wonderful, wonderful guest today, Juljana Hoxha. And our title today is The Power of Style. And I know Juljana through our shared mindset community. We both train with the Proctor Gallagher Institute. We're both trained as being thinking into results consultants. And Juljana is also a stylist. And I want to emphasize she is a world-class stylist. Not only has she lived all over the world as a stylist, but I'm also saying this from my personal experience because I've had the chance to be able to say that she is my personal stylist. So Juljana, I am so thrilled. I've been just full of enthusiasm all morning, knowing that we have this wonderful event here today and how life-changing this information is. So I'd love it if you would start by telling us a little bit about your background and what you're doing now.
Yes, thank you for having me here. And I'm so happy to have this conversation together, knowing that we are going to inspire someone out there to be more daring and when it comes to expressing themselves. But first of all, I want to compliment you on your look. You look stunning. I love it.
Thank you.
So yes, I am originally from Albania. I've studied in Italy for psychology and politics. And at the age of 21, I started my entrepreneurial journey. I opened a clothing store in my hometown, getting clothes from Italy in Albania, because all I wanted women to look and feel amazing and beautiful and to be empowered, confident, and independent. And I wanted them to have that style because I knew that style has helped me a lot to become who I was become and who I am today. And this is what I wanted for these other women. So, and I did that, and it was amazing. And seeing my clients, so being so happy and boosting that confidence and everything was like, it was so fulfilling. But at the age of 25, I moved to Germany, creating my family, got my first kid, I became a mom. And kind of that time, I started to fit in the country. Germany is not so much known for fashion, and you know that very well.
I do, yes.
Yes, being a German,
Yes.
Yeah. So I started fitting in because every time that I wear my clothes in a different way for the community, it was like everybody was staring at me. But I would say that was when I think back, I was in a phase of my life with a lot of changes going on. Like I become a mom, I left everything behind, my people, my, what I have built in Albania to move and to be with my husband, and then trying to fit in. It's like kind of, I wasn't really playing it big as I knew how to do that. But then things happen. And what I did is I realized that, wait a minute, style really helped me a lot, and I'm kind of losing myself. What if I start again and to go back to where I was and like using my style and my clothing to give me that confidence and to move forward in life? And so I did. Even I had the kids, so I opened a franchising store and another business. I was helping meantime my husband with his businesses, and I was very busy, but things started to change for me when I decided enough is enough. I'm going to really express myself. I'm going to increase my confidence. And I knew that relying on clothes was the best thing that it's going to get me out there. And so I did. And then because I was so intrigued for the way that how clothes impacts our personality, self-image, which I'm sure we are going to talk about that.
Yes.
I wanted, and I was seeing clients that they will come, they will drive hours to come and work with me. And I was so happy. But after a while, they will go back to where they were. So I said, like, it is something more than just clothing. And what I realized, it was the mindset as well. And this got me into working with Bob Proctor. So, and now I have blended two industries, I would say, personal development with personal style, just to give the women that, you know, the complete, not only look, but from the inside, and that confidence, because you can see a woman put together and look very stylish and beautiful, and we will all guess that she's confident, but maybe inside she doesn't feel so much confident. It's
That's
like
right.
that clothes alone can do the work for you. It's like both ways.
And Juljana, I love that you are this combination of the inside and the outside, right? Because the truth is that you've got to have both. Exactly. And what a, you know, just what a, as you know, I'm such an admirer of you. I've done your Style Makers Academy. It has been life-changing. It has absolutely been life-changing for me. And really in concert with the mindset work that we do, right? So just so that our audience can really understand this, how exactly do you define personal style?
So for me, personal style is so simple. It is in the name. Actually, it is personal. It is your style. But it is for me more a way of expressing yourself. You know, what you love and things that you are interested, because this is how fashion works as well. Fashion will express through clothing the decades we are in. You know, it's like, and this is with style, it's like you expressing yourself. But the thing is that when we miss the link is that a lot of women that I've worked with, they try to fit in. They don't dress themselves to express their personality with their clothes, but to meet other people's expectations. Because style is something that we use for acceptance. You dress is a certain way to be accepted.
Yes.
And this is then where a lot of people then get confused, because you are doing something to meet other expectations and you are forgetting yourself in the process.
You know, I love that you're emphasizing the word personal, because you're right. If we're not conscious of the personal aspect, we can get into conformity.
Yeah.
Right. And then you lose that personal part. So Juljana, as you know, and I know some of the audience in my group is familiar with the expression self-image, right? In the work that we do together as mindset coaches, self-image is really important. Can you discuss self-image a little bit, and then specifically from the perspective of personal style?
Yes, definitely. It is when I start with the clients working together, I start the first lessons comes with self-image, because I know that our self-image, the way that we perceive ourselves, impacts our style. But on the other hand, our style impacts our self-image. It's like both ways, kind of. What I mean by that, it's like if you have a poor self-image and if you have beliefs around like how getting dressed, it's like you are going to express it in your how you dress yourself. Let's say, for example, that you don't value much, like you think that being put together and spending time, it's like a time spent useless when you take that time to dress yourself or to put a little bit of makeup, you know, because it's like nobody cares. And I guess nobody cares, but you should care. It's all about you. And when you have those beliefs, you know, in your how you see yourself. And if nobody have taught you, if you didn't have any role model in your life, to observe their styles, or any influencers, or watched movie or something, it's kind of your style. It's not that you don't have style, you have style, but your style is all over the places, because everybody has style, but it is all over the places, right? It's like what we do, we make it conscious, we create, we start the process and bringing that into the awareness. How do you want to look, but let's go again to self-image. So it's very, very important. And then when, let's say, for example, that let's bring in mind, let's picture a woman that is very put together. She has a nice blazer, a Chanel bag, and she looks very confident and put together. And then based in our beliefs, what we believe would say that this woman, she is all together, right? She's very successful. She knows, she means business. And on the other side, let's picture a woman that she is like on leggings, not caring so much about style, right? We will say that, what vibe will this will give you this woman? It's like, oh, she doesn't look like so much, because this is how we are wired. We are wired, and we are raised to believe, that the clothes that you put on tells a story, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, tells a story. But in this case, it's not only telling a story about others, but it is about yourself. You have to take that time and to start and observe yourself in a way that how you put yourself together and how you dress, because it's like you are uncovering these beliefs around yourself and your self-image, how you are seeing yourself. If you are seeing yourself like, oh, style doesn't matter, it's for other people, or who am I? And if you have the fear of being judged, it means that you lack the confidence. And on the other hand, when you start to work on yourself, and then to put more effort in your when you dress, and when you dress for yourself, especially not for others, it's going to impact your self-image when you are building a new self-image of a woman that has achieved all of her dreams. It's like kind of both ways.
Yes. Yeah, and I have to say, I mean, working with you, Juljana, just expanded my self-awareness. And I already thought I was pretty self-aware. I didn't even know that this whole world could expand in a whole new way, right? So it really expanded that awareness for me of how personal style and having a personal style absolutely enhances and reinforces that self-image. Can you just go into that a little bit deeper?
Yes. So when we are working, as I said, so we have beliefs, and beliefs rules our life about everything and anything. And so if you believe that being successful, you have to look the part, and if you have an image of this successful person, let's say a multi-million dollar business owner, a coach, right? What comes in your mind? And if you think that this woman should dress in a certain way, she behaves in a certain way, she talks in a certain way, you have already that image, right? And then you have to create this woman into yourself in order to match the goal to become this multi-million dollar businesswoman. Because you have, but on the other hand, if you believe that being a multi-million dollar businesswoman doesn't need to have this extra style, and she can wear, she can be in sweatpants, in t-shirts, like kind of Mark Zuckerberg style, that he doesn't care much, but if your beliefs are that, okay, I can rock this in this way as well, then it's like, it's okay going into yourself and making that research about yourself and asking yourself questions. When you want to become the person that has achieved all of your goals, what do you believe to be true around this person, how this person shows up in life, with clients, with colleagues, everywhere, and look about your beliefs, check in with your beliefs. And if you believe that you have to be, then you have to draft the self-image for yourself, like write down all the characteristics of the person who is going to be a multi-million-dollar businesswoman, and or have a company, and then write all of down, and then start and incorporate all these traits into your personality.
I love that. I love that you're using the example of a multi-million-dollar business person, because what I want for our audience is to dream big and think big, right? Because it all starts in your mind with your thinking. So along those lines, right, of really dreaming big and thinking big, and like what you're saying, you've got to start getting clear about who that person is, right? Can you talk a little about personal power and how that relates with style?
Yes. How does personal power, I mean that personal power means confidence, because when you have confidence, you can make anything work, right? Mm-hmm. If you don't have the confidence to ask for that sales, you are not going to close that sale. If you don't have the confidence to ask for the raise, you are not going to get that raise, right? Confidence is a huge thing. And back then I used to think that I had a lot of confidence. And one of my mentors asked me like, yeah, but you have to work on your confidence. And I got so mad because I say like, no, I'm confident when I want something in life. Said like, okay, I understand you are confident, but every time that you set a new goal and every time that you are going after something that you have done before, you are going to lack that confidence, and you have to build up into that. It's like, and I really understand that it makes so sense to me, because when I shifted the way that how I was doing businesses, it was like, oh my God, I had really to work so much on myself and on my confidence. And the way that how I show up on social media, you are going to say, what has your business to do with social media, right? It's like you have to market yourself everywhere. So it has a lot to do. And I didn't feel so much confident. And if you would ask me years ago to come in this call and make this conversation, I'll be like, no, who am I? And so on. It's like all that crap that comes. Imposter syndrome, you name it. And I think that we all feel that way sometime in our lives. So personal power says confidence. And how style relates to confidence or helps us to boost our confidence. When you are more intentional with the way that you dress, it makes all the differences, because your brain even and your self-image, it's like you are going to impact in a way the self-image in a way that it's like, this girl means business, right? You will put yourself together, and this instantly will make you feel good about yourself, will make you like you want to meet more people, you want to get out there, because you feel confident, you feel good about yourself. But on the days that you don't feel like you are in an elevator and then somebody wants to talk to you, you are like kind of want to hide because you don't feel good about yourself, right? It has a lot to do. And in this way, I'm not talking about dressing in a way that you put clothes on because it's like a process, and everybody would say like, why should I spend money or invest in a program to teach me how to dress? I already know how to do that. But in this case, we're talking about beyond the clothes. It
Yeah.
goes beyond that. It comes to this power and to that developing that confidence that you need definitely to make your goals happen. Because if you lack that confidence, it's like, and you can take all the coaching in the world, but if you don't, I have clients like that. I have some clients that I would know them for years. We'll have this conversation and the goals that we do. And then they come hired me to work with them. And on the first meeting, I was like, excuse me, but why you haven't done it yet? It's like, why? Because it's like, it's a lot more in doing as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yes. And, Juliana, again, I want to thank you that, like I said, I thought I already was confident, right? And had that self-image stuff really was well on the way of mastering that. And then when I started working with you in Style Makers Academy, realizing, oh my gosh, there's this whole other world. And truly that you've taught me about personal power in a whole new way. And I'm just so grateful to you for that. And of course, I want that our audience is really hearing this and helping them to build more awareness.
Yeah, one thing that I want to add in there in the personal power is like, as I was saying before, people will judge you in a second, in
Yes.
7 seconds. When you are in contact with somebody, you will look at them, you will stare at them, and then you will form an opinion about them based in the way like how they carry themselves, the way that they are dressed, right? We all do that. And when I always say, like, you have the power, to tell the stories that, or the messages that you want to tell and to share with other peoples, like, why not taking that time and to figure it out, what message do you want to share with others?
Yes.
So you don't let that power in the hands of our people to define you
love that.
the way that they want to define you, but you already define yourself and you know what others are going to say about you, because you are so confident on that, and you know the messages that you are sending out.
Yes, yep, absolutely. And with your expertise, right, and insights, not only about self-image but also style and personal style, that you can really do that. I mean, you have absolutely done that for me. I know one of the things that really stood out was when you asked the question, are you standing out? Right. And that was really a wake-up call for me. So thank you. I want to thank you personally for the impact you've had in my life. And so as we start to wrap this up, any final thoughts you want to share with our audience?
So you brought this beautifully up, because I'm all about standing out. I realized I didn't mention when I did my introductions that after working on myself, expanding my goals, working with Bob and everything, I realized that I want to live my dream life, right? And what I did, I decided to move with my family in New York City, and I live in Manhattan for 2 years now, which I love and everything. But when I came here, actually, I got it was a COVID, but after a while, things started to open up, and then I would go out every day and take these long walks, and I will get so inspired from women here, and especially from older women, the way that how they will put themselves together. And I can see that they will be 80s, 90s, and they will have makeup on, they will have like outfits that were like really daring, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is how I want to look when I am in this age. It's like, and when anybody comes to me and says like, yeah, but I don't have time for this, it's like, it might be a good excuse, but it's not an excuse. Because if those ladies, like in their 80s and 90s, like they will find the time, they will invest the time, to look good, because I see them in nail salons and then going out. It's like, it's not an excuse. Because one thing, it is a very belief that a lot of women have, and I want to emphasize this because I don't want you to let these beliefs to stop from looking your best every day, because life happens every day and you don't have to wait for a special event in your life to look beautiful and feel beautiful, right? Take the time in the morning and block that time 30 minutes or 20 minutes to get ready and to be more intentional with the way that how you dress, because when you do that, this will force you to slow down. And when you slow down, you are more present, you are feeling the moment.
Yes.
And in this time, you can maybe listen to a podcast that you love, that is going to motivate and inspire you, or you can do your coaching, like I'm sure that Stephanie gives you, you know. Use that time wisely and take the time to work on yourself, because when you do that, you will feel so much better about yourself. And believe me, however the days goes, the day when you look good, it's like you'll say to yourself that I can handle that.
Right. It's true. When you know you look good, it really accelerates that
Exactly.
feel good, high vibration that you want for your everyday. Yes. Yep. So, Juliana, we have to wrap this up now. But before we close, I want to ask you, if someone in our audience, and I'm quite confident there are many in our audience who want to contact you, follow you, what's the best way? What's the best way to find you?
Actually, I have an invitation for them. I'm doing next week, starting Monday, for 3 days of free challenge, which is a stand out challenge, how to use your personal style and branding that makes you stand out in online and in real life. So I want to invite you. I'll put the link in the comments with that. Otherwise, you can follow me in my Instagram for more tips, where I share there at Hoxha _ Juliana. I'll put that in the comments as well. So because it's like I realized a thing when I shifted the businesses the way I said, like, wait a minute, if I want to make things happen, I have to stand out.
Mm-hmm.
And to cut the noise, through the noise out there, because everybody is out there now, you know, in the online space, and then everybody is trying to and using your personal style and branding and expressing yourself is going to make all the differences in your business.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I want to encourage our audience, do stay connected with Juliana, follow her, participate in her launch next week. And Juliana, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because truly this journey that I've had with you in Style Makers Academy has been an absolute life changer. And I am just forever grateful to you for this just incredible experience that you have given me, and you know how it's helped me to really own my style more, but also step into my own power. So thank you
so much.
Thank you
I
from
really
my
appreciate
heart.
that.
Yeah. And also thank you for being here today. You have such beautiful energy and ideas, and I want to thank you again. Bye for now.
You.
I know we'll have you back. I know we'll
Yes.
absolutely have you back.
Thank you.